Virgos, come out to play. Hello, 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 everybody. If you clicked on that thumbnail and you hear this ruckus in the background, you know where you reached. You know where you reached. This is Readings by Marvelous Madame. I am Marvelous Madame. What's good, fam bams? What is good with all of you? Okay, I want to start off by apologizing for my lateness. By now, there has been some content that has been uploaded, but I apologize to my lateness. I've started every video off with apologizing and thanking you guys from the bottom of my heart for your patience. Again, this is Readings by Marvelous Madame, and this is going to be July 2018. How does Bae feel about you? For my sign of Virgo. Okay, so I apologize for my lateness as I was stating. Okay, I did have some things that was going on last week. In addition to my birthday and my son's 16th birthday, we had people that flew into town. There is a person that has an emotional pull on me that I was quite upset with. In addition to the fact that I wasn't feeling good, going through my ascension symptoms, it was a mess, okay? I did have a good time. I'm not complaining, but it was a lot. I did attempt to sit down, tried to pull your card. Spirit was like, I don't think so, okay? So thank you guys so much. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Now, again, what's going on, fam bams? If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Okay, let me get this one last card, and then we are ready to rock with this. All right, got that. This is that part of the program, Virgos. If you're new here with me and my Virgos, you already know by now, this is the part of the program where I let you know. If you care to skip this marvelous intro, you can go ahead and do so. Where the reading will start will be timestamped below. I do have a few things that I need to cover. So if you want to stay, you can. If not, go ahead and click that blue number, the blue timestamp down in the description, and it'll take you where you need to go. Now, as always, I start my videos off with gratitude. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you all from the moon and back. Thank you so much for all of your support, your likes, your shares. You subscribe to my marvelous tribe. I really appreciate you guys. For those of you who have booked me for your personal reading, thank you for putting me in your business and continue to do so. We will get you straight. Okay. Bonke. All right. All right. So I want to go ahead again. I did apologize. I was going through it. Listen, one of the biggest reasons why it took me so long, guys, in addition to all of that, because normally I can just be like, F this, I'm about to go do my thing. Again, I did attempt to sit down, but listen, it was tight up on me. It was hard out there on a pimp, okay, last week. And Mars is in retrograde, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. And Mars forces us to reevaluate why we act the way that we act on our impulses and drains our damn willpower. And when I tell you that Mars is kicking my ass, you guys better get ugly. So again, thank you for rocking with me. I apologize for the lateness. I'm gonna get all your stuff out. Let's continue to rock with this greeting. All right. Well, with my intro, I'm done with the greeting. And July specials are as follows: a 15% off discount to all of the readings that I offer. There are 3 levels, 1, 2, and 3. Information is in the description. You guys know that I'm going to stop saying it soon because you already know. Okay. Okay. Now, in addition to that, I'm going to be implementing extended bonus readings now as my way of saying thank you. All of the videos that have the most likes, the shares, and not so much as the subscriptions, but the likes and the views and the likes, Jesus, and the shares. The highest ones will just get random videos. And yes, I'm going to talk about love because that seems to be the topic of everybody's conversation. So everybody want to know about love. It'll be a random video. I'm not going to let you guys know when it's coming. If you want to keep up with what's going on the channel right now, until I get enough traction where I'm able to post those messages and you see them in your feed, you have to go on Readings by Marvelous Madame's and the community page. I do leave you guys messages there from time to time. I did not leave a message this time. I couldn't even touch the laptop. Get ugly, Virgos. Now, Let's talk about a little astrology so we can go ahead and get started. Let me check my time. Good. We good. We rocking. All right. So right now, as it stands today, we have 4 planets that are in retrograde: Mars, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. As of yesterday and the day before, there were 5: Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. Jupiter went direct yesterday on July the 10th. Now we have 4, and we count Chiron. It's not a planet. Chiron is a comet, also known as the wounded healer. Go and look Chiron up. 422 angel number, guys. Look up that number, 422. Apply that right on top of this message for extended guidance, okay? Let's go. Now, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto, as it stands today, are retrograde, including Chiron, as I stated. Now, we talked about Mars, which is forcing us to reevaluate the way we act on our impulses. Mars is the action planet. Mars is what gives us a lot of energy. Mars is definitely one of our personal planets. We have inner and we have outer. All of them affect us in some type of way, depending on your chart placements, as I have stated before. However, a personal planet, the inner personal planets, will affect us a little bit more, depending on what motivates you and get you going. The planet of aggression, the planet of sex, the planet of your partner, all of this crap that Mars represents. Go look it up, all right? It's in retrograde right now, which means it's sleep, and it's forcing us to reevaluate some shit, and Lord knows I'm going through it. Now, in addition to those 4 planets, on July 26th, Mercury will be retrograde. Now, Mercury in retrograde is going to affect our communication. This is one of our personal planets, and it's going to affect us. I can tell you right now that whatever your sun sign is, 9 times out of 10, your Mercury is in that. So Virgo, your Mercury is in Virgo. That's how it rolls. I don't know why. Again, I'm not an astrologer. Maybe I'll look it up. You guys ask me to look it up and I'll talk about it. That's just how it goes. It's across the board. So if your sun sign is in Virgo, your Mercury is going to also be in Virgo. All right. So with that being said, Virgos, when Mercury goes into retrograde, how you communicate is going to be affected. You know, it's a whole lot of information about Mercury retrograde. I'm not about to get into it. So July 26th, we'll be back to 5. Okay. Right now we're 4 in one planet. In one comet. In addition to that, the moon goes into Cancer today, but the partial eclipse is tomorrow and Friday. What the hell is an eclipse? We're going to have a partial eclipse in Cancer. Okay. Eclipses are here. If we have not been doing the work to release patterns, the eclipse is going to shake that shit out. Sort of like the Tower. Okay. The tarot card, the Tower. The eclipses will come and clean shit out that no longer serves you. Okay. The eclipses also make spaces for the next thing, place, or person. Okay. Keep that in mind. Now, the eclipse is going to go on. As I stated, the moon will enter Cancer. My time, I believe, depending on where you are in the world, is already in Cancer. But I don't think it officially moves into Cancer until, hold on, 10:48 Eastern. No. Yeah. Possibly. New moon in Cancer, partial solar eclipse, 20 degrees of Cancer, 10:48 Eastern time, July the 12th and the 13th. But the moon moves into Cancer anyway. And then again, so it's going to be the 12th at 10:48, but I know that the moon moved. The moon makes a transit, guys, if you don't know, every 2.5 days. So if the moon is not in Cancer now, wherever you are, it will be going. The eclipse is officially tomorrow. So again, it depends on where you are. Now, let's keep rocking. With that being said, make sure that you release patterns. You allow the universe to shake shit out like a sieve, like a drainer, like a strainer of what no longer serves you guys, because it's not going to be comfortable depending on what your placements are for everybody. So I'm feeling it already, and it's some bullshit. However, the eclipse is going to assist if there's stagnant energy. If there is stagnant energy in your love relationship, the eclipse is going to help push you forward into the newness, into progression. If the stagnant energy is negative and you guys are not on a good foot, the eclipse is going to come and push you the fuck away from that person and shake that motherfucker person away from you to the point where you're going to be looking at that person on the floor. Now get ugly. Now, if you are still attached to that person, I suggest you get your farewell speech, because if you hold on to what the universe wants you to let go, you're going to enter into karma, and it's going to continue to go round and round until you eventually let it go. Luckily for you, that's a choice. We all have free will. Let's rock. Now, the only last point that I have, and let me check the time. Okay, good. We doing good, because I got a certain time that I like to do. The only thing that I want to say is that people come back, phone calls will come through. When anything is in retrograde, it's causing you to reevaluate every goddamn thing. So go and look those planets up and find out how they affect you, if that's what you want to do. But just like Mercury retrograde, when shit break and people want to come back and exes want to come back and folks want to show up on show up and wreak havoc on shit and see you doing good. It really depends on what the situation is, Virgo. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. All right. Now, again, this is going to be your July 2018. How does Bae feel about you, Virgo? Remember, energies can go both ways. All right. This is how Bae feels about you. So I will explain the cards both ways, like I already do. I will give you more than one scenario, like I already do, but at the end we'll recap and I'll let you know how Bae feels about you right off the top. Let me let you know how I do things. I did not choose a new deck. I am doing the Illuminated Tarot, which is my go-to deck. Get ugly. The energy is too heavy. We got a lot going on, as I explained to your other fellow signs. I wasn't connecting as it was. I was already feeling heavy. So I go tried and true, a deck that has never steered me wrong and has my energy on it. Okay, now get ugly. I've already meditated. I've already centered myself. I already got in mode. It takes a lot every day, guys, because of these planets being in retrograde, but we gonna rock with it. Now, again, how I do things, we get one Romance Angel Oracle card that's going to represent the overall theme. We get 2 cards that represent the most recent past and present, what just happened and what's happening now. 1 card that represents the heart of the matter. 2 cards that represent what the outcome of the situation is going to be, or the outcome, and then 1 card that represents the bottom of the deck energy to give us a more solidified message. All right, right out the back, I'm going to let you know, Virgo, your theme for the month July 2018, your Romance Angel Oracle card is wedding. This situation involves marriage. Now, you lose half on a trade-in. Eddie Murphy Raw. I like saying that, because this says that this situation involves marriage. I always say, Virgos, your damn readings always give me 2 stories. For those of you who are already married, you might be getting a divorce because the situation involves marriage. The card doesn't say you're going to get married, but that's how we interpret it. But listen, it says it involves marriage. If you're not married and you're booed up, how does Bae feel about you? They want to marry you. This can go both ways. So for those of you that are already married, this person, you may be getting a divorce. The marriage may be coming to some type of halt. This is eclipse energy. And how does Bae feel about you? For those of you who are not married, Bae, the situation involves marriage. Bae is thinking about marriage. There might be a proposal. Congratulations. Put your stamp on it, Virgo. Let's rock. So the bottom of the deck energy is the Ace of Cups. Ow. So that ties right in line with this wedding energy. Okay. So I'm already telling you the reason why I'm talking about the divorce is we got 2 cards that let me know that a divorce might be on the horizon for some of you Virgos. Sorry, as I'm putting on my macaroon lip gloss. Get ugly, Virgos. And I'm going to talk about those cards. One of those is a 10 of clubs, and in this particular deck is represented by, that means it's a burden. And the other one is the 8 of spades, which is the Justice card. I haven't got there yet. So, as I stated, these cards let me know, these 2 cards only. The reading is beautiful. Yes, I'm getting ahead of myself, pause. But I just want to let you guys know why I'm saying that. A lot of times, I don't even want to get into a lot of times, but I'm just going to let you know that I don't like to be on the receiving end of something and it's automatically negative. But we do have a responsibility to let you know what the cards say. Okay, so this is a beautiful reading, I'm telling you right off the top. Now, back to the overall energy at the bottom of the deck, which is the Ace of Cups. We already know that the Ace of Cups is, okay, new relationship, a new relationship possibly, or the start of a new start that brings happiness for all at the home. Happy life, happy wife card. So we already know that by explaining it like that, that marriage is involved. As I stated, those of you that are getting proposed to, congratulations. If you're already married, maybe this is the renewal or revival of your relationship. But again, the Ace of Cups is just overall happiness. You have went through the entire goddamn number. This is the top. You can't get no better than this. Okay, so this is what the overall energy is between you and your bae. Love has been great. Sex has been great. Everything's been going on. You guys have maybe had some conversations about marriage. Some of you guys are already married. Some of you guys may be getting a divorce because the situation involves marriage. And some of you are just happy. You just overall are happy in whichever one of those scenarios work with you. Now let's rock. Right off the back, we got the very first card representing the most recent past or present. What it just happened or what's happening right now is the Four of Diamonds. Okay, in this particular deck, that means preoccupied with material possessions. I don't necessarily think that that's what's going on. So let me give you a more solidified message. And right after I explain this card, I'm going to pause and go into these zodiacs. So as we know, diamonds is the equivalent of pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy. The four means you're overly cautious. That's exactly what it means. Too much focus on material things right now. This could have something to do with this particular wedding card. I mean, the energy is, what the hell do we need to do? What resources do we need to pull together to reach this Ace of Cups? We both want the Ace of Cups. I don't think there's anything wrong with being preoccupied with anything, because obviously two people that love each other on the same page is going to be, if you're moving in the same direction, your soulmate, that means that your souls are aligned on the same path and you're moving forward together. That's beautiful. But if you're preoccupied, then that means that something could be getting neglected. That's what I think is being said. Look around, Virgos. Yes, love is beautiful. You're talking to a Cancer. Yes, we want that white picket fence. Absolutely. Of course. Yes, we want to be on the same page. Yes, we all want the Ace of Cups in life. But each time you're preoccupied with something or overly occupied or focused on something, that always means that something is neglected. Am I right or wrong? Right. Now, we're going to touch back on that. Let's pause for a second. Let's talk about these zodiac signs and what I see on the board. First of all, we got the Ace of Cups, which I've already told you. So we're dealing with water energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio might be involved in this situation. We have strong earth. We have earth is the equivalent. I'm sorry. We have strong earth. Diamonds are the equivalent of pentacles. So we know off the top that the earth signs are you guys, Virgos, Taurus, and Capricorn. Okay. We also have clubs. Clubs are the, sorry guys, Jesus Christ. Clubs are the equivalent of wands. Okay, that's fire. So some of you guys might be surrounded by or dealing directly with a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sag. And last but not least, we have some air. Okay, we have air. Spades are the equivalent of swords. Okay, the air signs, Leo, Jesus Christ. What? Pause. Am I drunk? What is going on? Air signs, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarian. Jesus Christ. And it's strong Libra being picked up here because we have a major arcana of the Justice card. I haven't got there yet, so let's rock. Those is what you're going to be dealing with, guys. So whenever, again, we are overly focused on something else is getting neglected. Look around in your life and see what else is getting neglected and get a handle on it, because you may be too focused on this love and this good sex and this partying and this togetherness. And there may be other things that is being neglected And I'm showing by this 4 that it has something to do with something money-wise, obviously, because it is a diamond or pentacle. So something that you are focused on as far as this love is concerned, as far as this Ace of Cups, as far as this wedding. And it makes sense, again, for those of you who are planning a wedding, again, congratulations, but this is what's going on. You are zapping your resources and too focused on the wedding. I know that sounds crazy, but it's all about achieving the balance, and the Justice card is here, which lets me know in the outcome that, and I keep going there because this is a beautiful reading, and you guys eventually do achieve your balance, but that's why the Libra card is here, the Justice card. So let's keep going. That is the 4 of Diamonds is next to the Ace of Diamonds. The Ace of Diamonds in this particular deck is the World card. Major Arcana, guys. Okay. Triumph and achievement, success and happiness goes directly with this wedding card that we have. Okay. That's what we know. That's a good thing. So you guys are on the top of the world. You may be talking about traveling. You're having an open mind about this wedding, about this union. You're having an open mind about things. You're coming together, building together. Like I said, you're talking about traveling. Maybe you are traveling. You think the world of each other. Ow, Bae thinks the world of you. That's fantastic. Again, to take it one step further, it could be that you guys are in your own world. We got the World card here. Strong Earth, coupled with the 4 of Diamonds. Strong Earth. This could also indicate that you guys are too preoccupied in being in your own world, and as a result of that, other things are getting neglected. That's also how I can interpret that. And the reason why I say that is because the heart of the matter is the 10 of clubs. We know that clubs, as I already stated, clubs is the equivalent of wands. Okay, fire, action card, action, initiative, that type of thing. We have the 10 of wands or the 10 of clubs. That's a burden or a responsibility, guys. So something regarding this 4 of Diamonds as it pertains to this wedding and getting to the 10 of Cups, everything is blissful, but I'm picking up on the fact that maybe something isn't realistic. Bae is maybe too overly occupied on things because that's what Bae's preoccupied with. And maybe the responsibility of burden that Bae feels in his or her heart is the fact that it's too positive to feel like a burden. It feels more of a responsibility. The responsibility of or fullness and wholeness of this relationship falls on the weight of the shoulders. The money, okay, as I stated, is strong Earth right here, strong pent energy. Whatever's being neglected is starting to feel heavy. Okay? Heavy. Don't get me started because I think I can sing. Now get ugly, Virgos. So something is feeling extremely heavy. I don't take this to be bad as a burden, but let's face it, we choose our burdens. I talk about this shit all the time. People get mad. Don't get mad. Something isn't going right in your life, you choose that burden. If you make the choice to a relationship just like life has ups and downs. Sometimes it feels great, but it is a fucking responsibility. Okay? It is a responsibility. And I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing that we can do about that. Okay. So let's not look at that necessarily as a bad thing, but someone is feeling overburdened. Possibly. A responsibility, overburdened with something, and it's getting tied up on you because we know that you're preoccupied with something, and that makes sense. That makes sense. It's a lot going on, especially with these planets and with the planets being in retrograde and with everything that we have. Again, a burden. A burden is simply a heavy load. A load or a heavy load. You choose your burdens, just like you choose what you want to be responsible for. Let's rock. The next thing we got right out the gate is the Fool. We got the Fool. What do we know about the Fool? The Fool is a major choice or an unexpected journey. I don't get the fact like the Fool travels. The Fool travels. They say, I've heard the analogy 50% blind, half knowing and half not. The analogy that I like to use is a person, you got one eye covered and one eye open. You know what you want to do. This Fool gets broken down differently based on what's going on in the cards surrounding it. This isn't something that you're afraid of. Fearlessness with the Fool. Major arcana, divinely guided outcome. We got two major arcana next to one another. Then and the next card next to the Fool is Justice. Okay, so this is where we start breaking down these scenarios. Fairness, the need for a balanced mind or some type of legal matter. So this is how I see this, guys. The burden for some of you, those of you that are planning a wedding, this is you. The burden is just a heavy load. Balancing the scales of house, home, and wedding. Pooling your resources together. Coming out of this preoccupied or overly focused on wedding mentality. And spreading your resources around to get things back on the even kilter. That happens. I've been involved in a few weddings getting planned, and it's a bitch. It's a pain in the ass. Okay? For those of you guys who are getting a divorce, this completely makes sense. You're in a relationship. You have maybe you're moving on with Boo, Bae. In the heart of your matter or the heart of the matter, there's this heavy load or responsibility or burden. You're going to throw caution to the wind and you're no longer scared. Okay. Fearlessness, fear vanishes and you move forward with the legal proceedings necessary to get to this Ace of Cups with Boo. Okay. And in the last scenario that I see, the people that are going to be being proposed to, this is just saying that the situation is going to balance out, sort of like the people that are already engaged. And you guys are going to pull your resources together, get everything on track, and move forward with the legal proceedings or balance out the scales. Because in some states, and I'm not married, I'm an unmarried person, but don't you have to apply for your marriage license ahead of time, depending on where you go? So if it's a destination wedding, don't you have to put paperwork in? This is all this is saying. This is saying that you guys are going to walk through the door of bliss, whether it be divorce. I don't feel like this is a upset divorce. I feel like although you're making the choice to divorce somebody, you happy. You ain't broke up, although you breaking up. You ain't broke up, okay? This is what I'm getting. All right, this is a beautiful reading, Virgo. I think this is more so just giving you advice on how to proceed. So let's go ahead and recap how Bae feels about you. Again, the energies can go both ways. The bottom of the deck energy, we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so we know that the overall theme for 2018, July, how does Bae feel about you, Virgo, is wedding. The situation involves marriage. There's been a lot of being preoccupied with that bag. We got some money issues. Maybe it involves, world travel, traveling somewhere. Maybe it indicates that you guys, or Bae, is just a little too preoccupied with what's going on with you, or you guys are cocooning yourself away from everything, which is maybe causing this unnecessary burden or responsibility. Someone is feeling overburdened with something in your love, in your marriage, in your planning, in your divorce, whatever that is. The good news is that you guys come out of that. Bae finds the strength that is needed, pushes forward. We get the balance that we need with the Justice card here. The scales balance out. If there's a divorce, the proceedings get started, or if you're already in the process, this is indicating to me that it's going to have a fair outcome, because this situation needs to be balanced. But that's how Bae feels about you, Virgo. You better put your damn stamp on it. Congratulations. If you're happily getting a divorce, congratulations. If you just got engaged, congratulations. And if you getting married tomorrow, congratulations. Now get ugly. That has been your reading, Virgo. I certainly hope that it resonated with you guys. I thought it was a beautiful reading. I can't make this shit up. I started shuffling for you guys, and wedding popped right out and hit me in the face. I was like, damn, okay, here we go. So Virgo, that has been your reading for July 2018. How does Bae feel about you? I certainly hope it resonated. You know I answer all of those comments. Thank you guys for your kind words. Wishing me back. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for rocking with me. Okay? Go ahead, like the content. Share the content. Send it to a Virgo in your life. Let's get popping. Let's find out what's going on. It is the summer of love. I gave you guys the best advice that I could on how to deal with this damn eclipse and how to deal with these planets being in retrograde. Take a deep breath and do not slap the shit out of somebody. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now. Again, like, share, and subscribe to my marvelous tribe. Bye, Virgos.